never met no one who talk like that. And if you hang up on a nigga.
On today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Retail Because Y'all Are Dumb, if you don't understand how tax works, you shouldn't be shopping. Okay? I don't know anywhere that's tax-free except for like Delaware or some shit like that. But other than that, babes, you're going to get charged tax. And if you don't understand how tax works, you need to stay your ass home. Okay, so this actually is like a little bit of a recent story. Like not too recent, but recent enough. Okay, so boom, I'm at work and this lady comes in and I say hi. And as soon as she come in, first of all, she don't speak back. I hate when people do that. But anyway, the first thing she say is, how much are your shirts? By that little question right there, I already knew that she did not have any common sense. Because where have you ever shopped that you've gone in there and all of their shirts and all of their pants are the same price? Let me know. Where have you ever shopped where every single item that is alike is the same price? Nowhere. So why would you come in here and ask how much are the shirts? How am I supposed to answer that? So I'm like, it depends on the shirt. She didn't like that answer. So she gets an attitude because I guess she feels like I'm not trying to help her. Baby girl, you just stepped in here. Baby girl, you just came in here. Like, you literally just got in here and the first question you ask is, how much are the shirts? I'm trying to help you, but first I need you to understand that every shirt is not the same price. So let's find you a shirt and then we can talk about the price. Yes? Am I right or am I wrong? Okay. So boom. We trying to find her a shirt. I'm asking her questions like, what's the vibes, what you going for? So, we can get her in something that she likes. So she actually found this romper that she liked and she had her heart set on this romper. And the romper was 50% off. I don't know what it is about 50% off, but if something say 50% off, all math goes out the window to customers. Something could be $30 and a motherfucker will still ask you, how much is this going to be with the 50%? Baby, you could have counted that on your goddamn hands. Come on now. Like, so boom. The romper was $40. The romper was $40. 50% off, she asked me, how much is it going to be? Of course. How much is it going to be with the 50% off? I said $20. Come on now. You could have did that on your hands. So she's like, okay, I want it. So we go up to the register and I ring it up. The total comes to like $22-ish. It wasn't even nothing crazy. Like, the total comes to like $22. She's like, oh, I thought you said it was 20. Baby girl, it is 20. Tax. Tax. I said, it is $20. And I turned the screen around and I said, tax. There's tax on this item. Oh, well, I don't understand why it's tax. What do you mean you don't understand why it's tax? Have you never shopped anywhere ever in your life? You think I'm supposed to give you this tax free? I don't even know how to do that. Like, ooh. So now we going back and forth about the tax. Again, baby girl, I don't even know how to take the tax off. First of all. Second of all, why would I do that? Third of all, it's not my fault that you don't understand that things come with tax. And I think she did understand that things come with tax. She just wanted me to take the tax off because she wanted it for $20. She didn't want it for $22. But again, that's not my problem. I just work here. Okay, you're either going to pay these $22 or you can go shop somewhere else and try to get that for tax free. And I bet you it don't go that way for you either anywhere else. You're going back and forth with me about some tax that's not finna get taken off. So are you going to buy it or not? And that's literally what I said. I said, I can't take the tax off. You're either going to buy it or you're not. And that's okay. Now I'm the bad guy because I said you're either going to buy it or you're not. Because I'm not finna sit here and argue with you about tax. Have you never shopped anywhere in your life? Like, come on now. Don't come in here with this dumb shit. Because we could both play dumb. Okay? We can. Like, I cannot. You're sitting here arguing with me about tax? $2 at that. $2? Come on now. If you didn't have it, then you shouldn't be in the mall. If you didn't have it, then you shouldn't be in the mall, babes. You should have just found you a little shirt, bought the shirt, and got out. No, you wanted this romper, so you're going to pay the tax that comes with the romper. It's already 50% off. Don't piss me off. So she got mad and she didn't get the romper. And I politely put it back and continued going on about my day. Baby, you're not hurting me. Again, this is not my stuff. You're not hurting me. I'm going to get my paycheck regardless. Like, hello, if y'all don't understand how tax works, please don't shop. You're going to have to pay tax. That's kind of how that works everywhere. We get taxed on every single thing. If you can't understand that, that's your problem. Don't come in these stores making things difficult for us. Okay? Just because you want to play dumb. That shit really sent me. I'm like, I know you was not sitting up here arguing with me about $2 for some goddamn tax. At this point, I'll give you the $2. Like, today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Retail because y'all are fucking dumb. Today, I don't have no patience for nobody. Like, today I really don't have it in me. I had to come and take a break so I could decompress and go back in there feeling rejuvenated, refreshed, with a new mindset. Because you know what? What one person did to me is not everybody's problem. Okay, so yeah. So I'm out here and I'm about to tell y'all what the fuck just happened to me. So, boom, the lady walks in. She walks in, I speak, she speak back, everything good. She browsing, she looking at the clothes. Boom, she like, oh, I could get this off Shein. I said, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Like, Shein has duplicates of like everything. I'm pretty sure you can find it on there if you wanted to. Like, if you look hard enough, I'm pretty sure you could. So yeah, so she continues browsing on the clothes or whatever. Boom, we have this stand with like shorts that are on sale, 50% off. So she goes, she sees the shorts, she's looking at the shorts, she like, oh, these shorts on sale? I'm like, yeah. Anything that's on sale is gonna have a big red tag that says sale and it's gonna say 50% off. I was like, anything that's on sale is going to have that sale tag on it, right? Right, I said that. Y'all heard me say that. Okay, so boom. She like, and I don't really like the shorts that's on sale. So she goes and she picks up another pair of shorts that don't have the sale tag on it, by the way. She picks it up and she goes, is this on sale? And I said, oh no, it's not. And once again, I reiterated that if it's on sale, it's gonna have a big red sale tag on it. Mind you, the sale tags are like this big. And it's gonna say 50% off. She like, okay. So boom, she continued browsing. She goes, she pick up something else. She like, is this on sale? I'm like, no, it's not. Once again, if it's on sale, it'll have a sale tag on it. Big as day. It's literally red. It says sale. 50% off. She goes to something else. Pick up something else. Is this on sale? I'm like, no, it's not. This woman looks at me and she says, I don't like how you're telling me that everything I'm picking up is not on sale. I look to my left, look to my right. I had to pause for a second. I had to pause. Because did I or did I not tell you if it was on sale, it would have a sale tag on it? I said that to you at least 5 times. Before you even picked up anything, I explained that to you. So why are you trying to make it seem like I'm doing something to you on purpose? If it's not on sale, it's not on sale. I can't tell you that something's on sale when it isn't. I don't make any rules around here. Talking about I don't like that you're telling me what I'm picking up is full price. Well, then stop picking up shit that's not on sale. What do you want me to tell you? Like, when I tell you I was going to be on here telling y'all who job hiring, because I literally had to take a deep breath. So after she said that, I didn't say anything. She's staring at me, I'm staring at her. I take an audible deep breath. Shoulders up, shoulders down. Because what's not clicking? Is it not clocking to you that I'm standing on business? Like, what's not clicking, Steven? I literally took an audible deep breath and I had to count to 5 before I responded. Because what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? You mad at me because what you're picking up is not on sale after I told you what the hell was on sale about 50 times. Please don't piss me off in here today. So when I finally do respond, I go, I'm sorry that what you're picking up is not on sale. If you would like, we can find you something that you like that is on sale. You know, on my best customer service shit. Because you know what? I'm not even going to let you get me out of character. I ain't even going to let you do that to me. I ain't going to give you the satisfaction. So she goes, oh, I don't want anything in here anymore. And she going to walk out. Sayonara. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Hallelujah. Bye. That's the best thing you could have done for me all day. That really pissed me off. Like, I've been in retail for at least 9 years now, and the customer experiences never get any better. They only get worse. They only get worse. I cannot make this up. I feel bad for every single person who has to get up and go work in any type of mall, customer service center, anything, dealing with the public, because it really makes you realize how many people do not have a brain. It's in there, but it's not on. They're not using it. They're not using it. And then they try to make you feel like you're dumb. They try to gaslight you. I done been doing this so long. Sometimes I be like, damn, was it me? Did I not explain it right? No, it's y'all. And y'all need to just stay home. Y'all need to stay home. Buy everything offline. Okay? Go bother somebody else. Leave us alone. I'm going to call y'all back. On today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Fucking Retail, because y'all are dumb and y'all are nasty. Like, half the things that y'all try to return to these stores don't even be in decent enough condition for y'all to be doing that. This is the story time from H&M when a customer tried to return swimwear that she clearly wore, and we're gonna get to that. So boom, this is it. This is when I was in my management era. And I forget the specific return policy on swimwear from H&M, but I believe at the time you could bring back swimwear, but it had to be unworn. Like, it had to still have the seal in the underwear and all that. That was the only way you could return it, I think. It's been so long since I worked there. But yeah. So boom, I'm at the register because I'm helping out. And I don't like how y'all tried to come for me in my other video with the other man who was trying to return something, saying, oh, why were you in the back? You should have been up helping. If you've ever worked with me, if I've ever managed you, you know that I'm hands-on. I'm a hands-on manager. I'm always on the floor. I'm always on the floor. I'm always doing my job, and I'm always here to help. People ask me for help before they ask anybody else. I'm very hands-on as a manager. Very. I don't leave my crew hanging for nothing in the world. Okay, if you need my help, there's nothing that important in the back that I need to be doing. Okay? So, if I was in the back, it was for a valid reason. Anyway, back to the story. So, boom, I'm at the register. I'm helping out with the lines. This lady comes up. She comes up with an H&M bag. I'm like, okay. Every time I see somebody come up with a bag and I know it's a return, I'm already mentally prepared for the bullshit. Already, because a good 7 times out of 10, when somebody's trying to return something, it's some bullshit. Like, very rarely is it ever like, oh, I actually really just bought these yesterday and I decided I didn't want it anymore. I didn't wear it. It's very rarely ever that. It's always some bullshit. So boom, she brings up the bag and she's like, hey, I'm trying to do a return. And I'm like, okay. So I go into the bag to pull out the items. Something told me, Des, before you go in this bag, look inside. So I took the bag to look inside and I see that it's swimwear. No tags, no hangers. I'm looking at the underwear, no seal. I'm looking at the underwear. I get a closer look. I see brown. Baby girl, what are we doing? What are we doing? I almost touched that with my bare hands. Are you crazy? Are you dumb? I don't want to touch your discharge. I get it's natural, but I don't want to touch that. You feel me? I don't want to touch that. What are you bringing this back for? You clearly wore it. So, after I see that, I put the bag down. I said, ma'am, I can't return this. She said, why? I said, because you clearly wore this. In our return policy, it states this, and this. You clearly wore this. And it has stains. I can't return this bathing suit. It has stains on it. What am I supposed to do with this once I return it? Huh? Like, what am I supposed to do with it? First of all, I don't even want to pick it up. I don't even want to take it out the bag. What am I supposed to do? What do you expect me to do with this? And you know you dead ass wrong, because you know that you clearly see these discharge stains in the underwear. What am I supposed to do with this? So she's looking at me confused, like I'm speaking a different language or something. Like I'm just refusing her return just to refuse it. So she goes, I don't understand. I said, what's not to understand? I said, pull out the underwear. So she pulls them out of the bag. I said, do you see this? Do you see these stains? I don't even want to touch that. That's not even sanitary. You can't even bring back swimwear at a lot of places. So we're being lenient by even letting you feel me, return things that are unworn, regardless of if it's swimwear or not. We already have a pretty lenient return policy. I'm not taking that back. I'm not even touching this, matter of fact. So you might as well put it back in the bag and go on about your business. So again, she's looking at me confused, and she's talking about, I don't understand why you can't just return it. Because I'm not touching that. We can go back and forth with this all day. You can say you don't understand till you're blue in the face. Clearly you don't understand. Because why would you even bring that back to somebody's establishment? You could have washed it first. I probably would have felt a little better about it then. You could have at least threw that motherfucker in the washer. Come on now. You couldn't have even gave me the decency to throw it in the washer first. So since I feel like you playing in my face, I'm going to play back. I'm not taking that back. She going to say, you can't refuse my return. Who can't? Last time I checked, I was the manager here. And I was the only one here. Who else going to tell me different? Who? Oh, okay. Oh, who going to tell me, who going to tell me I can't? Unless H&M himself come down in this motherfucker and tell me I can't, guess what? You're going to take that bathing suit back with you. Boo. And that's exactly what she did when she realized she was not bringing that back. You know you dead ass wrong. She put that bathing suit back in the bag and she stormed off. Girl, I don't care. You better go to another location. That was nasty. That was nasty. That was, even if I wanted to return it, I couldn't. I'm not touching that. That's nasty. I have to go in the underwear and look at the style number in order to return this. I'm not doing that. Play with somebody else. Not me. I'm sorry. No. No. Y'all just be nasty. And y'all know y'all nasty. And y'all don't care. And that's sad. Why would you bring me a swimsuit with crust in the drawers? Why would you do that? But anyway, thanks for answering my FaceTime call. I'm going to call y'all back. Because that just made me mad all over again. I'm going to call y'all back.
When I say I see it all at my job, I literally see it all. Like, Walmart wasn't playing when they said only at Walmart. Because some of the stuff that be happening in this building only happens at the Wally of the world. So I'm ringing up, right? I'm covering a break for one of my coworkers, a 15-minute break. So I'm just on the register ringing up, covering a break. He returns back to the register because his break was over. His duty is to return. My duty is to bounce. The next customer in line gets to tripping like ballistic. He was very much upset. So we're all trying to find out what is the issue. He walks up to me and he's like, why would you leave? I'm thinking maybe he thought I was so gorgeous. He wanted me to ring him up. Oh, but baby, no. He's upset because a man was touching his items. And he said that is very disrespectful for another man to touch his food. He wanted a woman, me, to touch his food. I don't even know how he know I'm a woman anyway. But, that is crazy. Like, I ain't ever heard that one before. He ain't want no man to bring her. He was going off. He was so mad that the only solution was he wanted the whole order canceled. And then my manager, a female, she ended up having to ring him up. Only at Walmart. Only at Walmart.
On today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Retail Because Y'all Are Fucking Dumb, and excuse my voice or whatever, I'm sick. I have a really bad cold, and of course, I'm at work because nobody could cover my shift. So, yay. But anyway, so I'm sick and I'm already irritated. And of course, there has to be this one customer who always got to do the goddamn most over some shit that I have no control over. So boom, in the state that I live in, you get charged for bags. If you want a bag, you're going to pay anywhere from 5 cents to 25 cents for the bag. It's a state rule. It's a state thing. And it's been like that for like a year and a half now. So if you live here, you know everywhere you go, if you want a bag, you have to pay for it. Most people don't want to pay for it, so they bring their own bags. Cool. You feel me? Cool. Bring your own bag. If you're going to make a big deal out of something that we have no control over, bring your own bag. So, boom. This lady walks in. She buys this $100 jacket. We at the cash register. I'm ringing her up. I say, do you want a bag? Normally, I don't even ask. I just see if they have a bag, and if they don't, I just charge them for it. It's 10 cents. Like, it's 10 cents. Most customers don't have a problem with the 10 cents. You feel me? It's 10 cents. You just came in here and spent $100, and you mad at me over 10 cents? But this time I asked. I was like, do you want a bag? And she was like, do I have to pay for it? And I was like, yeah. Like, and you know you have to pay for it. That's why you asked. Because you know you have to pay for it. She said, well, how much is it? I said, 10 cents. She goes, all this money I just spent and you can't give me a bag? No, I can't. I literally can't. Like, no, I can't. We literally get in trouble if we don't charge for bags. My boss is not going to be on my neck about no damn 10 cent bag because you ain't want to pay 10 cents. You just spent $100. What is 10 cents? Now you got an attitude with me like I'm just putting this random bag charge on you. No, you know everywhere you go that you have to pay for bags. You know that. This is not something new. You know that, which is why you asked me, do you have to pay for it? I don't make the rules. I just work here. I charge everybody for a bag. Everywhere charges everybody for a bag. There's not a place that you're going to go that's not going to charge you for a bag. Why? Because they have to. I think you get in trouble or some shit like that if you don't, like literally. So I'm literally just doing my job. What is the attitude with me for? So I'm like, yeah, I'm still going to charge you for a bag. It's 10 cents. It's 10 cents. So she gets an attitude. She's like, I'll just carry it. Okay. Like, it ain't my stuff. Like, what you mean? Like, why do I care? Like, carry it then. So I said, okay, that's fine. And I proceed to go through with the charge. She said, so you're really not going to give me a bag? I said, so are you really not going to pay the 10 cents? We can go back and forth. I'm irritated. I'm sick. I don't have time for this. You feel me? You're either going to pay the 10 cents or you're going to carry it. If you knew that you didn't want to be charged for bags, you should have bought your own like everybody else does. Don't make this my problem. You feel me? Don't make this a me thing. I'm not doing this on purpose. I'm doing this because it's literally my job. I don't have a choice, Bookie. Like, don't piss me off, for real. I'm already going through enough. Like, I'm already going through enough. And you up here ruining my day over a 10 cent fucking bag. And I could have gave it to her. But now I'm finna stand on business because you wanted to be rude. Acting like you came in here and spent $1 million. Girl, you spent $100. Like, Now I'm really not going to give you a bag because you decided to be rude. So now you're really not getting a bag. Carry it. I don't care. So I'm going through with a transaction. She pays for it and then proceeds to ask me for a bag. No, you're really not getting one now. And I'm finna stand 10 toes. No, you're not getting one. No. Do you have 10 cents? Oh. Okay. If you don't have the 10 cents, you're not getting a bag. Go get one from somewhere else. And they're going to tell you the same thing. You got to pay for it. Like, so she gets mad and she wants to return it. No, you can't return it. We have a 0 return policy. We don't do returns. You can exchange it. You can get a store credit, but you're not getting your money back. You should have said that before I rung it up. You continue to go through with the transaction knowing that you wanted a bag. You should have just paid the 10 cents for the goddamn bag. But you want to prove a point. Now I'm going to prove a point. And you're not getting a bag. And guess what? I made her carry it out the store. I made her carry it. If she would have just asked nicely, I probably would have gave it to her. People resort to being rude first, thinking that's going to get them their way. And that it don't work like that around here. It don't. If she would have just been nice about it, I probably would have gave her the bag. But since you want to be rude, we can both be rude. The end. But yeah, like that should just piss me off. Like, girl, you know everywhere in this state you have to pay for a bag. So in order to avoid being rude to people that are literally just doing their job, just bring your own bag. The end. Like, what? Today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Fucking Retail, but plot twist, it's not because y'all are dumb this time. It's because of other freaking managers. This is the story time of how and why I got fired from H&M. And y'all been waiting for this story, so buckle up. So boom, I transferred my job at H&M from Tampa, Florida to the city that I'm in now. And when I transferred as a regular associate because they didn't have any supervisor positions for me to transfer into. So I said, cool, I'll take the demotion. I don't care. I was still getting paid kind of around the same that I was getting paid as a supervisor anyway, so I didn't care. So my store manager at the new location that I was working at, he was about to transfer to another location to be their store manager. And he asked me, did I want to come with him as his supervisor? So I said, yes. The fuck, give me that shmoney, honey. So immediately when my coworkers found out that I was going to that location, they immediately warned me about this lady. And we're going to call her Flip Flop. And Flip Flop, if you watching this hoe, I still need that to this day. Still need that. The fuck, I still don't like your ass to this day. But anyway, so they immediately warned me about her. And they like, she's rude. She got a slick mouth and she gonna make your life a living hell. Nobody likes her there. Every time we've gone there to work, we literally hate her. You're not gonna like her. So I'm like, okay, noted. I'm already in my head like, okay, thanks for putting me up on game. I know how I'm gonna go about this. So fast forward, me and my store manager, we start working at the new location, and I immediately start seeing what everybody is saying. The other employees in the new location that we're working at, they're literally giving me all the tea. Nobody likes her in that bitch. The only person that liked her was the other department manager, and that's because she didn't have no backbone and she kissed her ass. Like, she was an ass kisser. So that was her only friend. Nobody else liked her in there. So I immediately start seeing what people were saying. She was very nice, nasty, very passive aggressive, very slick mouth, but she would laugh it off like she wasn't just disrespecting you. She ain't mean it like that. She was just joking. No, bitch, she was dead ass serious. And she was one of those people that liked to assert her dominance over you. She wanted to let you know that she was your boss and you're going to listen to her because you're below her. She was one of those people. And if you have to do that to manage, you're not a good manager. I don't care. If you have to treat the people below you like they're less than to get them to listen to you, you're not a good manager. I don't care. And if you're like that, you're lame. So this particular day, I was fed the fuck up. I was fed up. So an employee calls me to the register to handle a customer interaction. And if you've watched any of my previous story times, you know that, why are you in my ear? Don't mind the dogs. But if you watched any of my previous story times, then you know that as a manager, I was always on the employee's side. And if that makes me a bad person, then so be it. I never cared. If that makes me a bad person or a bad manager because I treated my employees with respect and like they were human, so be it. I don't care. So they called me to the register to handle the customer interaction because they know I'm going to keep shit in compliance. And I did. So after the customer interaction, I didn't know that Flip Flop was in the corner eavesdropping on the whole thing. So she comes around the corner and immediately she's like, oh, you're always trying to be their friend and never their manager. And she said it just like that. So I'm looking at her like, bitch, who are you talking to? What are you even talking about? You don't know, like, what are you even talking about? Like, where is this even coming from? So really, you're mad because nobody likes you. You're mad because nobody likes you. Nobody listens to you. And everybody avoids you because nobody likes working with you. You're mad because I can hee ha ha with everybody in here and they still respect me. They still respect me as a manager. They still respect me as a person. They do anything I ask them to. No questions asked because I respect them and they respect me. And we can still go spill tea 10 seconds later and I can tell them to do something another 10 seconds later and they're still going to do it. They respect me. And you're mad because I get along with everybody and nobody likes you. Maybe if you tried being a better person, you wouldn't have to project your insecurities onto me. So she's like, oh, you're always trying to be their friend, never their manager. I immediately black. When I tell y'all, I don't know what happened, but I just started seeing black. I just started seeing black. And at that point, all bets are off the table. We're going back and forth. We're going back and forth now. And mind y'all, we're in front of the registers. It's customers around. It's employees around. Everybody watching the show, right? We're going back and forth to the point where we get in each other's faces. We get in each other's faces like, oh, yeah, bitch, it's time to rumble, ho. Mind y'all, she's like 45. I'm like 20. What are you arguing with a 20-year-old for? You're like on the brink of death. Like, anyway, girl, like, cut it the fuck out. Mind y'all, I'm 5'8", like 200 pounds. She's like a 5'2", 5'3", little Hispanic lady. Like, what you want to smoke with me for? So we're arguing. We're in each other's face. It's to the point where the store manager comes down and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on here? She immediately starts lying to him. She starts lying to him about the interaction. She's trying to make me seem like I was the aggressor. Like I just started blacking out of nowhere. No, you disrespected me. You came down, you came around the corner and you said something in front of everybody, the customers and the employees, that you should have pulled me to the side and said. If you felt like that, cool. But you could have pulled me to the side and said that. You didn't have to say that in front of everybody trying to undermine me and make me seem like I don't know how to do my job, when everybody knows that's a lie, including you. So yes, I did black on you. Hell yeah, because you had me fucked up. And you caught me on the wrong day. What can I say? I'm not going to apologize. So when she starts lying, oh baby, I turn up. I turn up to the point where I'm like, bitch, I'll slap the dog shit out you. Like, we could really fight. We could really do this. But I never put my hands on her in any of this whole interaction. And I wish that I would have, because I knew I was getting fired. I knew after, because the way, I can't explain the way that I was blacking, but babe, I was going off on her. I was going in. Like, I was going in on her. So I already knew I was getting fired. So I'm like, damn, if I'm going to get fired, I might as well go out with a damn bang. I wish I would have punched her. To this day, I still need that. So it's getting so bad to the point where they had to separate us. They sent me upstairs and locked me outside. And they sent her outside to her car. So eventually I calmed down. After like 10 minutes outside, eventually I calmed down. And my store manager, he comes out to get me. And he's like, damn, I wish you would have handled that situation differently, because now I can't save you. Like, it's out of my hands and it's up to the district manager. And I'm like, I already know I'm getting fired, so I really don't care. So I come in and I write the report, because you know you got to write a little incident report or whatever. And in the report, I'm basically giving them the whole rundown. I'm telling them how she is as a manager, how she makes everybody's life miserable, the type of person she is, and exactly what happened in the altercation. I told them everything, but they already knew this about her because they get complaints about her all the time. They were getting complaints about her all the time. They just never did anything about it. So why is it my fault that y'all ain't doing y'all job? Why is it my fault that y'all are not doing y'all job? If you're getting complaints about this person, obviously they're making this work environment toxic for the people around them. Why would you want a toxic work environment for your employees? But it's my fault, right? It's my fault. It's my fault because I got fed up. Anyway, it's my fault because I got fed up. Like, make it make sense. So basically, I got on my call with the district manager, and she's like, we're going to have to let you go because of the intenseness of the situation. Like, because you were wilding so bad, we got to let you go. And honestly, at that point, I didn't give a fuck because we're in 2021. It's mid-pandemic. What the fuck? H&M is not essential. What are we doing here anyway? Let me collect unemployment like everybody else. So I really didn't give a fuck. I went home happy. My only regret is that I didn't punch that bitch in her face. But that's the story of how I got fired from H&M. Hope y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, people know how to boil my blood. Today, I'm at work. Yes, I'm freaking mad. I'm still mad. I'm so mad. I was at work serving people. I work in retail and I work at a jewelry store. We're not getting into specifics. But specifically, this couple. Long story short, I couldn't give them a refund. We don't do refunds. We do exchanges. We don't do refunds. It's on our policies. I can't give you a refund. I will get in trouble personally by my bloody boss. They bought the jewelry from the same store in a different location, and they told me to ring the other store and ask them if they would give them the refund. And she literally said it like this: oh, yep, you can call the other store, thanks. When I proceeded to be shocked at the fact that she started to snap at me, she was like, what, do you not have phones? So then I proceeded to tell her, I'm sorry, you're being very rude to me. I have been just trying to help you, and you're just being so rude to me. Because I couldn't give her the outcome she wanted and I gave her other solutions, she proceeded to call me names, degrade me. One of them was Godzilla. Not mad about it. No, I'm fucking mad about it. But hey,
I'm so mad. Don't ever work at Target ever. I make $16 an hour. And the amount of work that we do for that is fucking bullshit. So I work in style where I've been put in 3 zones, and we do something called pulls, where we go to the back and there's a crap ton of items that we have to pull. Normally it is me and someone else. We split the pulls. We do 4 sections, and the person that I'm normally with does 4 sections too. There's like 8 or 9 total. Today I just so happened to work with my sister, and we plan our breaks together. I'm sick. Like, this is not from me crying. Like, I'm literally sick right now. I'm so freaking sick, and I'm only getting sicker because I'm actually going to work or I'm gonna get fired. Like, the amount of times I've gotten sick from fucking Target, I've been sick 5 times this year, so that's 5 months. Actually 4. 5 times in 4 months, and I never fully get better. And this last 3 days, I have been getting sicker and sicker, and have been sick in general. I still came to work. And you know what? I had 130 something pulls tonight. They expected me to do it all and push them. Pushing them is bringing it out into every single section and putting it where it belongs. All in 1 hour. They thought I was going to grab 130 items, different items from back. I'm going up and down a ladder. That's our back rooms. There's boxes, hundreds of boxes on like these huge rows. There's A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. for different sections. And then there's an A and B side. Like, it is huge in the back. So there's 130 DCPIs. Actually, it said 130 boxes in total. That's not counting items inside of those boxes. So I was expected to grab every single one of those items and push them in an hour. Today, I had 3 zones. IHS, men's, and Wild Fable. That they all need to look perfect. Mind you, I had a 5-hour shift today. 1 hour for pulls, 4 hours apparently for zoning, and then I have a 15-minute break. Today I got called up to cover someone's 15-minute break for cashiering, and then there was a huge ass line. After the fact, I got off of cashiering, so I had to go back again. Cashiering for about like 30 minutes. Bathroom breaks, needing to get water, that's not included in that either. Helping guests, taking phone calls, I'm doing all of that. I finished men's and I got like 80% done in Wild Fable, was not able to make it to IHS, was not able to finish my polls because normally we split those in half and then we'd put it on Metro. They just changed it to where now we have to push them. And apparently I'm doing everybody's polls and nobody else has to do it in my zone or in my group, which is style. Why am I doing everybody's polls and expected to push them? That is ridiculous. Nobody else has to do that. I'm being so targeted and so singled out. The cherry on the top is that I'm freaking sick. I told my lead that because I was 30 minutes late today because I'm freaking sick. I feel like garbage. My body's aching so bad. I took ibuprofen. I was waiting for it to kick in. My clothes were dry. I just was 30 minutes late. There's nothing I could do about it. He said that I could take a 5-minute extra onto my 15, which I did. That's not including going up the stairs and then going into the break room, then setting my timer, coming back out, and then after my break's over, I have to go to the bathroom because I don't have freaking time normally to go to the bathroom. I go into Wild Fable. Not even that, actually. Before that, I get radioed by another team lead saying, "Are you off your break yet?" Why are you worried about my break today? No, they don't look at anybody else's break. We just get off whenever we are. And I say, "Yeah, I am. What's up?" And they just said, "Make sure you're working." Or like, what? Because I have been working today. I've been working my ass off for $16 an hour. Did not think anything of it until just now. Because while I'm in the back, I radio and say, "Hey, there's only like 30 something left. I was not able to finish pulls, and I'm definitely not able to push it because are you freaking serious? Who can? If you think you can do it, then go ahead. Because I can't. I'm sick. My body's aching. And you think I can go up and down ladders for an hour? And then go push it. That's actually impossible." So, after I said that, I said, "Hey, I wasn't able to finish it. It's in my 3 tier. I don't know what to do. There's 30 something left. I did not have time to push it." He proceeds to go, because I worked with my sister today. We planned our breaks together because we barely get to work together, and we're allowed to have our breaks together. We're not in the same department. He goes, "Next time, instead of taking one 30-minute break, take 2 15s. Oh my gosh, whenever I tell you, it took everything in me not to say something because I'm a very explosive person. I have really bad anger issues, and whenever I'm disrespected, I can't handle that. It's just who I am. Like, oh my gosh, it took everything in me not to blow up. And whenever he said that, I replied, and I'm like, what? I was shocked for a second. I was speechless. And then, like, maybe after, like, 30 seconds of silence, I said, "What do you mean about the break?" No response. I go to put my 3 tier back after I'm done loading the Metro, which is what we use to push stuff normally. I go take my 3 tier back, and I pass him on the way, and he goes, "Well, thanks for doing the polls." I just go, "Yep," and I walk past him. So now hopefully he knows I'm mad. And then the other team lead that I said was, for some reason, stalking my break, which he didn't even know anything about it. Apparently, I'm guessing snitched to my team lead, and that's why he said that whenever he has no idea what he's talking about. Because I did not take a 30-minute break. I took a 15, and he said I could have 5 more minutes onto it because I'm sick, and I still came in. I told him I did not feel good. I'm just, like, literally on the way back to here, my home, I'm just crying like silent tears because I'm so angry. Whenever I get so angry, I just start crying. It's like I have no way to release that. I'm so disrespected. I came in whenever I'm sick. I help everybody on the team. I am so nice to everybody. I do my job and I do it well. Wild Fable has never ever looked as decent as it does whenever I do it. I do a thorough job. I am really good at my job and what I do. And I'm so unappreciated. And I'm doing everybody else's job for them too. I'm cashiering. I'm doing everybody's polls. Like, one of my team leads, he goes, "Oh, we already did polls, so you're good for tonight." The polls were still at 130 something whenever I came in. So what do you mean you did the polls? You just left everything for me. The amount of effort and hard work that I put into my job, I am a hard worker and I take pride in that, and I feel so disrespected. Do not work at the places that you love to shop at because this has just ruined the whole entire experience for me. Do not ever work at Target. Like, it is the worst job ever. Low pay, and everyone there treats you like garbage. All the team leads are absolute shit. Like, the management is absolutely terrible. They're disrespectful, they're degrading, and they think that they're better than everyone. Like, honey, you work at Target. Like, oh wow, you're a manager at Target. Like, you're nothing special. Why are you treating us like we're equals? Like, who are you? I'm literally, like, lost for words. The point is, I'm a very hard worker, and I'm never appreciated. We have a wall where we put our names. I've done so many favors for people and no one's ever put my name and a thank you. Like, we have that wall. Never once have I ever got my name there. Like, it is ridiculous. I'm definitely not valued here. Whenever, like, they value my hard work, like, they use me for it. They put me in 3 zones, and 3 of the worst ones, too. Because they know I'm really good at my job, and I get a lot done. But the point is, also, that one team lead that was, like, stalking my break or whatever, he's my sister's team lead. He goes, something about laughing with your sister, like, oh, we're not allowed to laugh while everybody there. My team lead talks to everybody. During his whole shift, he's talking to everybody. I talk to my sister for a few minutes while I'm working, but God forbid, oh my gosh. He's a hypocrite. Everybody knows how he talks so much to everybody and doesn't do his job. He just talks. Everybody talks to each other. I'm so targeted. I'm so singled out. And wow, I talked to one person, my sister, because we finally worked together. Oh my gosh, we're not working. Oh my gosh, we can't laugh. He was saying that we could not laugh with each other or something like that. I was like, no way. My sister, that's why I'm really pissed at my sister too, because she does not have a backbone. She does not stand up for herself. So it's giving guilty now because she didn't say anything. Whenever I never once was goofing off with her, I'm working. I'm working while I talk with people. I can multitask. There's just so much I could go on about. The point is, Target sucks. The management sucks. And it took everything in me not to quit. Like, I'm probably going to talk to someone tomorrow because that's unacceptable. I will not be made to feel like this or treated like this. And who knows, I might quit. Like, I'm going to Hawaii, and that's what this job has been for. I've been grinding. But I'll find a different job if I have to because this is unacceptable. Target, do better.
I think some of you may need to come to the realization that you are not a hot boy. You are just a drunk. You need to go to AA, my good sir. So this man comes into my store, right? And we already knew it was gonna be a motherfucking problem. Why? Because his pants are to his ankles. His boxers are stained. He got a 7-Eleven cup with a suspicious type of substance in it. And he's talking loudly to nobody but himself. So you already know what was up. So he goes back to electronics, of course, the most packed place in the fucking store. He's trying to get help, but like I said, everybody's already helping somebody. So instead of being patient, because that would never be a thought in this man's head, he comes up to the front. He goes straight to the area where you pick up online groceries out of all places. And he looks at the woman sitting on the counter as she greets him and she asks him if he can help her. He said, yeah, you can help me before your blood is spattered everywhere. And she was taken aback, and so was I, because I was standing next to her. But little did he fucking know that the male associates at my store ride like that. So the nigga next to her, he stood up and...
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story time about when I worked at Ulta, a situation that occurred. Now, mind you, TikTok, this is for educational purposes only. Do not delete this video, okay, please. Okay, so boom. Back in the day, I used to work at the Ulta in Boca Raton, Florida. And we had this lady came in. Guys, first of all, we had the worst Karen customers imaginable. Like, the customers were horrific. All right, this is why, like, I make so many little jokes and like skits about retail, because this is how I heal from it. Because honestly, these women were atrocious. Anywho, this lady used to always come in. God, she was a nightmare. You could tell, like, back in the day, she was like one of those like pretty girls in school, and she got all the attention, and like it bled over to her adulthood, and she still thinks that like pretty privilege works for her. Like, you are old and decrepit. Either way. Anywho, she came in, right? And every time she would come in, it would always be a problem. It was always a nightmare with this lady. So she comes in, and I'm checking her out at the register. She was always so nasty to us. I'm trying to get her in, get her out. Why this heifer gonna look at me and say, do you guys sell flavored lube here? And she looks at her man, and they're like, I said, bitch. No, you guys, like, I was actually disgusted. Like, me and my other coworkers literally looked at each other at the register. And, you know, guys, one thing about me, I believe in public shame if it's necessary, right? I looked her dead in her face and I said, no, we don't sell stuff like here. This is an Ulta. We don't sell flavored lubrication. And then she said, do you guys sell toys? I said, does it look like we sell toys? This is an Ulta. We're an upstanding establishment. You can go to Publix next door and see what you can find, but we don't sell that stuff here. And I started to get loud because I wanted her to be embarrassed. I wanted her to be embarrassed of what she just came in there and asked us. So then she started popping off at the register. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. You don't have this. You don't have that. I said, no, I don't have lubrication and I don't have toys. Have a good day, ma'am. Listen, all I'm going to say is say a prayer for your friends that work in retail, okay? Because it's more than just little back and forth banter that we go through. These customers really be out of pocket with the stuff that comes out of their mouth, and they don't care.
On today's episode episode of Why I Hate Working in Fucking Retail. But this time, it's not because y'all are dumb. It's because y'all are rude and y'all don't know how to talk to people. Y'all don't know how to talk to people. It's a way to talk to people, and the way y'all be talking to people, because that's our job and we get paid to do it, that's actually crazy. And one day y'all gonna meet y'all match and somebody gonna beat y'all ass. But anyway, let's get into the story. So this was when I was a front end supervisor at Sprouts. I literally would manage the front. I would manage the cashiers. I would send people on their breaks. I would cover breaks. I would count the money at the end of the night, you know, supervisor shit. So basically I was in charge of the front end so that everybody else could do their jobs and they didn't have to worry about the cash registers. That was my job. So boom, I will never, ever, 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 ever do grocery ever again. How are you entitled in a grocery store? How do you have entitlement in a grocery store? Just get your fucking groceries, check out, and go home. Like, I will never work grocery ever again. Kudos to the people who do it, because I cannot. And then at this Sprouts, it was so busy all the goddamn time, unless it was early as fuck in the morning or late as fuck at night. It was literally so busy all the time. It was just customer after customer after customer after customer after customer. Dealing with that many customer interactions back to back to back was starting to take a toll on my mental health so bad that I had to request FMLA, ADA, or whatever accommodation for mental health days. I had to use my mental illness to my advantage and request mental health days because it was getting so bad. I only stayed at that job for 3 months. I literally left and never came back, and I blocked the store, and I blocked everybody in the store too. Don't call me. I will not even walk past the Sprouts. That's how traumatized I am from working there. But anyway, so this particular day, it was during the grocery store rush. From like 3 to 6, when everybody's getting off, they're coming to get their dinner for their kids. They're coming to grocery shop for the week, whatever the case may be. So we have lines way in the back of the store, damn near. Mind you, it's 5 cashiers plus me, and the lines are still in the back of the store, damn near. And when we called for backup, nobody ever wanted to come up and help, of course. So boom. I open my cash register and I open a line. Boom, soon as I open my cash register, people start rushing over. So boom, this lady, she gets up there first. So she comes up, I say, you know, hey, how you doing? And the first thing she says to me is there an extra $5 coupon because I forgot mine at home? First of all, did I not just speak to you? Did I not just say hi? Who raised y'all? When somebody says hi, you say hello back, and then you can start the conversation. Don't just come up to me demanding shit and you can't even say hi. So I say no, we don't. Because we didn't. We didn't keep no universal $5 coupon because they always had this fucking $5 off when you spend a certain amount of groceries. They had that going on like all the time when I was there. So they would give you a coupon on the end of your receipt for the $5 off, or they would send it to you in the mail. So, you know, customers, they would come in with their coupon, you know, or whatever the case may be. So they didn't give us a universal coupon to just give to customers just because you forgot yours, you know? So I'm like, no, we don't. Oh, well, why? Because we don't? Like, because we don't? Like, what do you want me to tell you? We don't have it. Mind you, we used to save the $5 coupons off of receipts that customers didn't want, to, you know, just in case somebody forgot theirs and they're like a family of 5 or something, and we want to give them a little discount. So we used to save the coupons from the receipts that the customers didn't want. But that's for us to use at our discretion, because first of all, we probably shouldn't even be doing that. We probably shouldn't even be doing that. So that's for us to use on whoever we want to use it on. I'm not going to give you one because you came up automatically being rude. I don't know. So no, I don't have one. Sorry, not for you. So yeah, after we're going back and forth about that, she's like, oh, well, can you find one? Like, there has to be a way. Like, you can't just give it to me off. No, I can't. I might be the supervisor, and yes, I have the ability to discount, but I'm not just going to give you a $5 discount because you forgot your coupon. You should have bought it. Like, you knew you was coming, you should have bought the coupon. I don't know what to tell you. So she gives up, she rolls her eyes, boom, attitude. So I start ringing up her stuff. Mind you, she brought in her own bags. So normally when customers bring in their own bags, because here where I live, you have to pay for bags. So normally when customers bring in their own bags, they don't mind bagging because they want to make sure everything fits in the bags that they brought, because they don't want to have to buy a bag. You know, so I never really had this problem too much. But again, I don't mind bagging because I do get, well, I ain't gonna say I get paid to bag. I'm the supervisor, but like this is a part of my job or whatever. Cool. You need me to bag? I don't mind. So I'm scanning. She's just standing there. Her bags are sitting, where the food goes after you scan it. And she's just standing there. So I'm like, okay, she wants me to bag. So I pick up her bags and I proceed to put her stuff in the bag. Mind you, bagging is not rocket science. Of course, I'm not going to put hot with cold. I'm not going to put your eggs under some potatoes. You feel me? It's not rocket science. So I know what I'm doing. She didn't like that, apparently. So she goes, oh no, you have to take everything out and start over. I don't like that. You need to put this with this, and I want this with this, and this with this, and this and this, and this and this, and you have to start over. Take everything out, start over. I'm looking like, do what now? Do you see this line of people? The line is damn near to the back of the store. You want me to do what? Mind you, did not pick up one bag to help me. So I said, this could go a lot faster and a lot easier if I had a little help. And then I said, teamwork makes the dream work. Baby, she got so mad. She got so mad that I said teamwork makes the dream work. She literally gave me the coldest look I've ever seen. And she said, I don't get paid to do that. You do. So do it. Huh? What? Do what? I'm not doing a fuck thing now. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. So I continue to scan because I'm not taking your groceries out and redoing it the specific way that you want it done when you're standing right there with two hands and you can do it yourself. The fuck? I'm trying to get you out of my line so I can get the next person and get this line down. Who are you talking to? So boom, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I continue to scan. I'm like, I'm not taking it out of the bag. You're just gonna have to be mad. If you want it bagged a certain way, you take it out and you do it yourself. She didn't like that. So now we arguing. We arguing in the line. We going back and forth. I'm still scanning her stuff because I'm trying to get her out. Mind you, she has a bunch of fucking groceries. Like she literally has so many groceries. So I'm just scanning. I'm trying to get her out of my line as fast as I motherfucking can. But I'm not bagging these groceries now since you got something to say. You can bag them yourself. I'm not your motherfucking do boy. Like, what do you think this is? So, boom, we're going back and forth. She is being so nasty out the mouth to me to the point where the customer behind her literally stopped her and was like, you're being extremely rude right now. And there's a line full of people and we're all trying to check out. Literally, the customer had to tell her that she was being too rude. Like, you're being too rude now at this point. You're being really rude and you're holding up the line. Just bag your groceries and go home. Like, what the fuck? So I guess when I'm telling her she's being rude, my words don't count because I'm just a little grocery store worker. But when the customer tells you you're being rude, now you're embarrassed and you want to shut up. So once the customer checks her, she shuts up and she starts bagging her groceries. I ring her out. I did not give her the coupon and she goes home. And I continue to talk about her with the rest of the customers because who the fuck did she think she was talking to? Literally, we dogged her so bad after she left that store. The customer behind her literally had to apologize on her behalf. That's how rude she was being to me. I will never do grocery ever again. Ever. No thanks. On today's episode of Why I Hate Working Retail, because y'all are fucking dumb. And also, might I add, y'all don't have no home training. So this is the story time from H&M. This was from when I first started working at H&M. Before I became a supervisor, before I became any type of management. This was back in my early days. Like, mind y'all, H&M was my first ever retail job, so this was my first time experiencing something like this. This is the story time about how a customer let her kid pee in the fitting room. So, and honestly, this happens quite often. You would think that grown adults and or children would not pee in fitting rooms. You would think they would not poop in fitting rooms. You just don't know what to expect from people. Like, they poop in trash cans. Like, it really doesn't matter. If you can do it, they're gonna do it. So, boom. I'm working the fitting room this day. I'm working the fitting room. That was back when H&M used to have fitting room attendants on a regular. Like, there would always be somebody scheduled in the fitting room, at least at my store. I feel like nowadays when you go into H&M, you can just walk in the fitting room. It really don't be too many people in there all the time, or they might have somebody in there every now and again. But no, this is when there was a permanent fitting room attendant. Every hour there was somebody in the fitting room. And this was back when they handed you numbers to put on your door and counted your items and all that extra stuff. So boom, this lady and her daughter are walking in the fitting room. She had this white tank top. I remember she had this white basics tank top. I love me a little H&M basics. And she had a pair of boyfriend jeans. Boom. And she wanted to try them on. So before they even walk in the fitting room, I can hear her daughter saying, I have to pee, I have to pee. She's like, no, hold on, just let me try this on real quick, just hold it. The clothes are gonna be here when you get back. They're gonna be here. You could have came in the fitting room and been like, hey, can you hold this for me? I'm coming back to try that on while I go run my daughter to the restroom. Simple. But no. She's like, just hold it. I'm gonna be quick, just hold it. Just let me try this on real quick. So boom, she comes in, I count her items, I give her little tag, I tell her which fitting room she can go in. Cool. The little girl started saying she gotta pee. I can hear it. I'm right there. The little girl started saying she gotta pee. She dancing, like she was dancing and everything when she came in. She clearly had to pee very bad. I don't understand why you couldn't just hand me the clothes, go take her to the bathroom, and then come back and try up. And then you still didn't even get the damn outfit. But anyway, we gonna get there. So boom, she's in the fitting room, she's trying on the clothes. All of a sudden, I don't hear the little girl saying she gotta pee no more. And I'm listening because, like, what's going on? I don't hear the little girl saying she gotta pee no more. The little girl, she ain't saying nothing no more. So I'm like, okay, maybe she holding it. Next thing you know, they both rush out of the fitting room. So of course, you know, normally customers bring their clothes out to you, but most of them don't. So you go in, you check, you know, you get the clothes, whatever. I go in the fitting room. Why are the clothes on the floor in a puddle of pee? It looked like she used the clothes to try to wipe up the pee. Like, that part really pissed me off because it's like, I have to touch this, you know, like, yeah, we got gloves and stuff like that, but I have to pick this up. You know, you weren't thinking about the fact that I have to pick this up because I have to discard the clothes. Like, I have to discard the clothes. I have to pick this up. It would have been, I would have felt a little better if she would have, I understand accidents happen. You know, the little girl peed in the dressing room, okay. If you would have just came out to me and been like, I'm so sorry, my daughter had an accident in the fitting room. I just wanted to let you know, and handed me back the clothes. But no, instead, you decided to be sneaky because you knew you was dead ass wrong for not taking her to the bathroom, and she peed on herself in the fitting room. And you decided to be sneaky and take the clothes and try to clean up the pee. Like, either way, I wasn't going to know that your daughter peed in the fitting room because of the pissy clothes. So now, not only is there a puddle of pee that I have to clean up, but there is also pissy clothes that I have to pick up. And they have to be damaged out, by the way. Like, all this could have been avoided if you would have literally just handed me the clothes, said, hold these, I'll be right back, and took your daughter to the bathroom. You did all that to try on a white t-shirt and some goddamn boyfriend jeans, only to not get them because you wiped up the pee with them. Now we can't even sell this no more. Like, I don't understand. And you would think that more grown adults would know better. Or, like, when I tell you there's been so many times people have peed in the fitting room, grown adults, by the way. Like, this one was a story about a child. Okay, cool. But grown adults literally be peeing in the fitting room, pooping in the fitting room, periods in the fitting room, like anything you could think of. People are literally disgusting and they have no home training. And they don't care because it's not their stuff. You know, it's not their home. It's not their job. They don't have to deal with it. They can just leave the store like nothing ever happened. And that's really crazy. Not only is that disgusting, that's unhygienic. Don't nobody want to deal with that. I'm on an 8-hour shift. Actually, at H&M, they're 9-hour shifts, but we get hour breaks. But still, I'm still at work for 9 hours. I'm on a 9-hour shift dealing with customers all day. And you think I want to clean up your daughter's pee? Come on now. Like, it's simple things. But you know what? It's cool because I rarely have that problem at my job now because we barely have fitting rooms. We got like one fitting room, and I'ma know if you do anything in there. So I very rarely have that problem at my current job, but it has happened at a different location. But I don't really have that problem too much where I'm at now. But thanks for answering my FaceTime call, and I'm gonna call y'all back. I promise.
I just accidentally deleted the video that I was in the middle of recording. What the fuck? Anyways, as I was saying, something that I forgot to tell you guys is that when I first applied to the tanning salon, there was this girl named Jackie that would work there, and my friends Kylie and Katie worked there, and they were like trying really hard to get me. Oh, and my friend Alicia, they're all trying so hard to get that Jackie girl to hire me. So when I went to the interview, I thought I nailed it, and I thought I was going home with the job. Like, I was like, there's no way I didn't get that fucking job. She didn't hire me. And you know why? She went back to the whole crew. She didn't know that these were all my friends. She went back to everybody, and she was like, yeah, I couldn't hire him because he's gay. She was like, gays are just too much drama, and he's not going to do a good job, I can tell. And plus the district manager will not like him because he's gay. Which the district manager is the same district manager that I had when I actually started working there. And so when my friend got promoted and ended up being the manager, and hired me, they told me all of this, obviously, and I told the district manager what she said, and she was like, there's no fucking way she said that. She was like, I was like, I swear to God. And everyone's like, no, I swear, like, that's what she said. And she was like, why would she say that about me? I'm a fucking Democrat. She was like, I fucking love the gays. I would never not hire somebody because they're gay. What? So yeah, Jackie, fuck you. And I ended up doing your job 10 times better than you. I think you were just threatened by me, intimidated even. I would be too. I would be too. Oh, I went in with my Summer Fridays, sheer skin tint, and everybody's been complimenting my skin lately, and I think that's why. Like, it literally, it's like, I feel like it looks, okay, now it's matching better. That was scaring me a little bit. Also, the concealer I use is Glossier, the Glossier Balm Concealer, because you guys keep asking. Everything I use is super light coverage because I don't like a lot of coverage. I like my freckles to still shine through, and I don't really have like any skin problems, to be honest. Like, I feel like I have pretty nice skin, so I don't have anything to cover. If that makes sense. I still don't have a brow pencil, so I need to go get one literally after this. I'm really fucking annoyed. Anyways, the real reason why I wanted to talk today is because I used to work at TJ Maxx when I was like 18. It was like my first real retail job. Like, I worked at Planet Fitness, but they ended up firing me. Like, fuck them. So I don't even count that shit. I worked there for like fucking what, a month? Go to hell. Mind you, the reason why they fired me is because I was using my phone, and the only reason why they knew I was using my phone is because I posted a picture of myself behind the counter on Instagram at the time, and they ended up printing out that photo and presented it to me in a meeting. They were like, yeah, we have to fire you. Are you gonna frame that? I hope the fuck you do. It's a great picture of me, bitch. Anyway, so I used to work at TJ Maxx, and it was actually a lot of fun because I worked with my two best friends, Katie and Kendra. We had a blast. I'm not joking. But also, we were making like $7.25 an hour. I don't know how we survived, but somehow we were going out to eat every single Friday. We were going out to eat every weekend. And shopping every weekend. I don't know. Our paychecks were like $16, and somehow I was paying my own phone bill. I don't know what was different in the world then, but I low-key miss it. I miss it bad. Anyways, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't have like crazy customer stories. Like, I watched these girls like steal a couple of times, and we were told not to chase them because there was somebody who stole at a different TJ Maxx, and somebody ended up chasing them and got shot. So, oh, I'm going in with my Makeup by Mara bronzer. Sometimes when I worked at the register out front, I would purposely not scan in certain items for people, especially if I knew that they were a mom, like if they had kids or something with them, or if they were buying kids stuff, because You'll always get a discount if I'm at the register, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I do support stealing. The weirdest thing about the job is that all the managers, listen, this was in Maine, Auburn, Maine, okay? We're not from the South. We're not Southern. We're Northerners, whatever the fuck it's called. And all the managers made us call them Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Legassi, he was a fucking wreck. Mrs. Robichaux, she always had spit in the corner of her mouth. And Mrs. Ross, she was terrifying. I thought she was a lesbian. Like, she gave Butch. You know what I mean? She really scared me. Anytime she would laugh, oh my God, it was like a witch. I was so scared. Something about TJ Maxx that was also really annoying is that they really pushed credit cards. I didn't realize it was a sales job. Also, there was no reward for it. You know what they would give us? A candy bar. A big size candy bar, like a Hershey bar or something, or a Kit Kat. Yeah, a bitch, I'm anorexic. Well, I was anorexic at the time. You thought I was gonna eat that? No. Every time I got a credit card, that didn't motivate me. Food? You're trying to pay me in food? I would just give the candy bar to somebody else. So I was doing this thing called recovery one time on the floor. So that's just like when you like organize all the clothes, you make them neat and blah, blah, blah. And you take the clothes from the, oh my God, the shit is still fucking leaking so bad. Like, Elf, do something. Fix it. Anyways, I was doing recovery and I grabbed the clothes from the fitting room to go put them back onto the floor. As I'm putting the clothes away, something wet touches my arm and I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck could that possibly be? I grabbed the shirt. Piss. There's piss. A shirt covered in piss. This bitch that was in the fitting room, that was putting clothes up on the racks, just saw a wet shirt, saw it on the ground, picked it up, put it on a hanger, and hung it up. Are you fucking dumb? I went back there, I was tweaking out on her. I was like, are you fucking for real? Why wouldn't you throw this shit away? She's like, I didn't know what to do. Why didn't you tell somebody? You just let me grab that shit? Oh, I had piss all over me. Somebody had pissed in the fitting room, cleaned it up with the shirt that they tried on, and then just left it there. And this bitch, instead of telling somebody, sees it, picks it up, puts it on a hanger, has us take care of it. Doesn't say a word. Jasmine, when I catch you. Also, something that I used to think was so messed up is they would hire like special needs people, right? At TJ Maxx, at this TJ Maxx, which is good. You know what I mean? Like, great. They would keep them in the back. They were hiding them like Anne Frank. That shit used to piss me off. I was always like, what if they want to be up here? That's not fucking fair for them. You're like hiding them from the public. But now I'm like, now that I'm older, I'm like, dang, they had it easy. They didn't have to deal with people. I bet they loved that. I remember when they had me work back there one time, I was a little confused. I'm not gonna lie. Did you think I was on the short bus? I'm not trying to be rude, but why am I back here? I'm gonna get canceled for that. But anyways, I remember they had me back there, sorting through all the clothes and shit, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I started stealing. There's no supervision. And they're not gonna tell on me. They're not even paying attention to me. Also, something that was also really annoying is when people would be like customers would be like, do you have this out back? Girl, we got one of those, period. But I'm gonna go check for you because you're gonna make me, and I'm gonna stand back there so I can use my phone. And then I'm gonna come out here and tell you the bad news. Oh no, there was none of bad. But you can come next Friday when we get another truck. I'm dying to know why some of you think that we would have backstock at TJ Maxx. We get shit that people don't want. We get shit that's out of style. We get shit that's broken. We get shit that was stitched wrong. Are you for real? They get the bulk of shit that doesn't sell anywhere else. Like, also I remember people would be like, oh, you must get a great discount. Girl, it's 10%. They give us 10% off. And then randomly, throughout the year, they'd be like, surprise, 15% off. The old folks that worked there, that had worked there for like 30 years would go fucking crazy. They'd start hanging things up out back and they'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get this with the 15% off on Tuesday. What? You think that's a discount? There are people that have been working there basically their whole lives, like since they're in diapers. And they were proud to tell you too. I'm not job shaming. I'm not job shaming at all. I just thought it was a little crazy that somebody that's 50 is beefing with me and also thought she was better than me because she's worked here longer. Okay, I'm a fetus. Also, they would randomly start putting me, oh, they didn't like when we talked. They hated that we talked to each other. So let's say so I used to work at the jewelry counter a lot. They put me in there because I was good at selling credit cards, which was fucking annoying. And I wasn't even good. I sold like 2 and they were like, oh, our hero. All hail Trayvon. Here's 2 candy bars. What the fuck? Anyway, so they would put me in the jewelry counter and they did that because they also thought I was friendly. They thought I was friendly. I was no longer friendly because you're making me stand in the jewelry counter for mad fucking long. I don't want to be in here. I don't want to sell jewelry. Oh, well, maybe you can make it, maybe you can spruce it up and make it. I can't. There's only so many ways I can organize this jewelry in this jewelry counter. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Anyway, that's besides the point. So they always had me in jewelry and then they would put my best friend, Kendra, in the fitting room or Katie in the fitting room. And they would never put boys in the fitting room. Like, what the fuck? You think I'm gonna spy on the girls? Weirdo. Anyways, they wouldn't let us talk. This is a jewelry counter. This is the fitting room. They wouldn't let us talk. If they caught us talking, they would we had these like little intercom, like little earpiece things, and they would talk on the little walkie-talkie, and they'd be like, hey guys, stop talking. Hey, get to work. Get to work. Our work is just standing. That's all we do is just stand. What do you want me to do? You act like we're doing fucking labor. You act like we're actually doing something. We're not. This is TJ Maxx. Let us have a little key on the side. But managers hate when you have a good time at work. Anyways, I ended up quitting. Well, they fired me technically because they wouldn't let me quit. I remember I had a little, what is it called? Like a little review. They were like, you can get up to a 25-cent raise. They gave me 24 cents. They took off 1 penny because I wasn't smiling enough at the jewelry counter. She said, you need to smile more and greet them. I said, I quit. And she's like, no, please. And I was like, well, what do you mean, no, please? She's like, you can do like 1 day a week. And I was like, no, I can't. She goes, yes, you can. Miss Robichaux, I never showed up again. Did I? Exactly. You should have gave me that 25 cents, bitch. This would look so much better if I had an eyebrow pencil, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. I look incomplete. Elf, please. Anyways, I'm gonna go buy an eyebrow pencil and fucking...
Today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Retail because y'all are fucking dumb. And this story time really make me laugh every time I think about it because, like, girl, the lights are on, but nobody was home. Nobody was home. So, boom. This is an H&M story time. And this is another story time about a return. But it's like, girl. So, boom. The lady comes up with a return. First of all, the bag not even from us. But, you know, people be bringing their returns in whatever the hell they can grab, you know. Sometimes they don't be keeping it in the bag. So cool. She come up, the bag not even from us. It's a Forever 21 bag. So I'm like, okay. I open the bag because I'm going to do her return. I open the bag. I pull out the item. I'm like, this don't look like something we carry. But I'm like, okay, it's no tags on it. So, you know, normally with H&M clothes, you can go in the inside and it's like a little identification number that you can type in and you can still find the item or whatever. She just wanted a store credit anyway. So I'm looking and I'm like, hold on. This tag don't even say H&M. So something tell me to look at the tag that's, you know, the little tag that be on the neck. Why the goddamn thing say Forever 21? So I'm looking at the lady and I'm like, ma'am, this is not from our store. She's like, no, it is. It is. And I'm like, no, it's not. The tag says Forever 21. And I turn the shirt around and I show her the tag. She's like, but I'm pretty sure I got it from here. And I'm like, there's no way because it's not from us. Like, how did you get it from here? It's how? There's literally no way. We couldn't have sold you this because it's not even in our system. There's literally no possible way you could have gotten this from here. So I'm explaining that, and she's literally just insisting, like, no, like, I got it from here. You need to do my return. And I'm like, ma'am, this is not one of the times where I'm refusing returns. I'm actually trying to help you. Like, I'm actually trying to help you. I'm trying to help you get your money, but, like, you got to go to the right place. Like, this is not the right place. Like, I would help you if I could, but I literally can't because this is not from our store. So then she tells me to go call somebody. So, fuck it. I call somebody. I call one of the other managers to the register, and I'm like, can you please explain to her that we don't carry this item? It's literally not from us. And I show them the tag, and the manager kind of does a little giggle because we both just looking like, ain't no way. So the manager giggling, which makes me giggle, so she gets mad because we're laughing. But ma'am, like, you're not helping the situation. Like, we're trying to explain to you like a 5-year-old that you did not get this from here because we don't sell this and it's not registering. So what do you want us to do? Yes, we're laughing in your face. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry. It's funny. Stupidity be funny sometimes. Don't be stupid. I don't know what to tell you. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So she gets mad because we're laughing in her face. So the other manager is now trying to explain to her, like, ma'am, there's literally nothing we can do for you. You're gonna have to take this to Forever 21 because that's literally where you got it from. So now she's trying to insist that we switch the tags on the clothes. First of all, it's sewn on. So how? All I did was grab it out of the bag. That's all I did. That's all I did. So when did I have time to switch tags? Why would I do that? What would I gain from that? So I walk away from the register because I'm not going to do this. If you want to deal with that, you can deal with that. But I have done all that I can do. There's nothing left to say. At this point, you're delusional. And I don't have time. So I walked away and I let them handle it. Y'all can deal with that. I done explained to this lady in 5 different ways, in 7 different languages, that we don't carry that because it's not ours. And she want to sit here and argue instead of just walking her happy ass to Forever 21 so that she can actually get her money back from the right store. Like, I don't know if people just don't like to be wrong or if she felt embarrassed, but you aren't helping. Then you mad at us because we laughing. Okay, girl. Okay. You shouldn't have been stupid. Like, what you want us to do? But yeah. And honestly, that's not the first time or the last time that that's happened to me. Y'all gotta turn y'all brains on. Please. Turn them on. I'm gonna call y'all back. On today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Retail, because y'all are fucking dumb. And first, I'm sorry I took a day off. Like, I took a day off and it felt weird. Like, I've been so consistent. So taking a day off yesterday felt weird, but life's been a little weird. But anyway, I don't know what the hell about coupons makes customers lose their mind. Like, when it comes to a coupon, all the sense goes out the window. So boom, I'm helping a customer. Actually, it's going smooth. She wasn't rude. She wasn't nothing. She was cool. I was helping her. We finding stuff. Boom, it's time to check her out. We go to the register. We go through the transaction. She pays. Everything's good. So we got the little iPad shit. So at the end of your purchase, you can sign up like with your number and they'll send you a $5 coupon if you made a purchase over a certain amount. So boom, every time a customer sees that, they're like, oh, okay, let me sign up. Let me get my $5 coupon just in case I come back. Cool, no problem. Where the problem lies is when you don't use your common sense. So boom, she sees that she can sign up and get a coupon. She signs up. They send her the text message. She's like, oh, well, can I use this on my purchase? You mean the one that's already done? You mean the purchase that we already did? The purchase that's finished? The reason that you got the coupon? And how do you expect me to do that? Like, the purchase is already done. So I explained to her and I'm like, no, the coupon is for your next purchase. And it literally says that when it sends it to you. It's for your next purchase, not the one you just did. That kind of defeats the purpose, you know? And she's like, well, why can't I use it on this one? Because it's already done. There is no more transaction. You already paid. What's not clicking? What's not clicking? You already paid. The transaction is done. There is no current transaction. So you can use it on your next one. In order for me to let you use that coupon, I would have to refund everything you just bought, re-ring it up, and then apply the coupon. That would defeat the purpose of the coupon being for your next purchase. And I'm not doing all that, first off. First of all, my store doesn't even do refunds. So that's not even an option anyway. I'm not doing all that. So I explained to her, like, I literally cannot give it to you on this purchase because the purchase is done. You know, you get the coupon for making the purchase. So that would defeat the purpose if I refunded everything and then rung it back up just to give you this $5 coupon. Mind you, her total was like $250. Girl, you ain't stressing for $5. Okay, please. So she doesn't like that answer. Of course, they never do. When it's not something that accommodates them, because they feel like we're supposed to do everything to accommodate them, they get mad at you. I don't make the rules. And I'm not going, why would you want me to re-ring up everything that you already purchased? If you would have never known about the $5 coupon, you would have never been hurting for the $5 anyway. Why would you want to put me through all that when you can literally just come back and use it when you come back? What is wrong with you using it when you come back? I don't understand that. So now she wants to speak to my boss because she feels like there has to be a way for her to use this coupon on her purchase that is already done. So she wants me to call my boss. Like my boss is going to tell her anything different from what the hell I just said. And mind you, my boss is meaner than me. My boss is very strict. She don't bend her rules for nobody. Okay? She don't bend her rules for anyone. So I called my boss. And my boss told her exactly what the hell I just said. Now she mad and don't want to shop here anymore. Oh, well, that's ridiculous. I'm not shopping here no more. Okay, well, then you just won't be able to use your coupon. Like, okay, you just won't be able to use your coupon. That's fine. But you're not getting it on this purchase because the purchase is already done. Like, it just wasn't clicking. Like, as I was saying, like, there's literally no way for me to use the coupon on this purchase because the purchase is already over. It wasn't clicking. And sometimes I be having to think, like, is it me? Am I saying the wrong thing? Like, am I not speaking English? Like, what's going on? Like, how are you not getting what I'm saying? And then you want to get mad at me because I'm trying to explain to you what you should have already known based off of just reading the coupon. It literally said next purchase. So why would you think you could use it on this one? And that actually happens a lot. Like, the amount of customers that have literally done that. Oh, well, why can't I use it on this one? Because it's for your next one. Like, please, y'all, please. If you get a coupon for making a purchase, you cannot use it on that purchase that you just made. That should be common sense. We should not have to tell you that. How are you going to use a coupon on a purchase that's already done? The end. Good night.
Right, testing. I have some tea to spill, okay? Grab a snack, buckle up, get ready. Story time of the day. Let's talk about how I got fired from my job yesterday. All right, y'all know me. I like to keep it short. I like to keep it sweet. So boom, here we go. Get into the meat of potatoes. I'm at work, right? A place that I hate. Obviously, that's established. They call me into the loss prevention office halfway through the day. They sit me down. They present a paper to me claiming that there were 13 instances where I collectively, over a span of 90 days, took quote unquote 3 hours and 20 something minutes of time for free, right? So essentially, they keep on asking me, do you understand our will call policy? Do you understand our attendance policy? Do you understand our break policy? Do you understand our tardy policy? I say, yes. I understand everything. So then they proceed to ask me what the policies are. I answer the question because I know what the policies are. So then they proceed to say to me, can you recall taking an extended 23-minute break on October 30th? Baby, we're in January. Why are you asking me stuff from October? No, I don't remember taking an extended 23-minute break from something that was in October. Okay, so then they proceed to ask me, do you remember November the 2nd, November the 3rd, November the 11th, November the 17th, November the 19th? Do you remember these dates? Do you remember taking breaks then? Then this is how I knew they were full of it. On November the 19th, this is what they stated to me. They said, not only did you take an hour-long break, but we also have it documented that you were gone from the store for collectively an hour and 15 minutes. So you mean to tell me I left my job and I was just roaming around the mall for an hour and 15 minutes? So then I proceeded to say, I understand how this looks and that you guys are insinuating that I'm stealing time off the clock or on the clock. But let's be abundantly clear. I don't come to this job clock in with the objective of saying, let me steal time. If that were the case, I just wouldn't show up to work because I hate it here. I didn't say that, but I just wouldn't show up to work. But anyway, I proceed to tell them, I understand how this looks, but I'm not stealing time. I said, this is just a lack of time management on my part. Now, I, being the dummy that I am, signed all of the paperwork, wrote a quote unquote confession stating that I understand why I was called in, signed that as well. Now, ironically, about 30 to 45 minutes later, they call my friend into the office. They present her with the same exact paper right? But they give her 15 days, different dates, switched up the dates, switched up the amount of times. But me and her both collectively had about 3 hours and 20 something minutes of time that they claim that we stole. So I was fired yesterday, and so was she, because they allege that in a 90-day time frame, we stole, quote unquote, 3+ hours of company time. So therefore, it's grounds for termination and a violation of the attendance policy. Now, obviously, for legal reasons, I'm not going to disclose my former employer, but I will say this. There was an incident that occurred in our store that me and my friend were aware of, and we spoke to HR about. Now, said employee that was involved in that incident was terminated. Now, said employee that was involved in that incident, I cannot confirm or deny, this is just my speculation, that they decided to seek legal action, right? And so what essentially our company decided to do was terminate us. And what they like to do at our company is they like to use any sort of time fraud or attendance policy to terminate someone. Prime example, last year they terminated quite a few customer service associates, right? And their excuse was, oh, it's an attendance issue. Turns out it wasn't an attendance issue. They were terminated because we did not have the payroll, but they terminated under a violation so that you cannot file for unemployment. And the really sad part about this situation is that the only two people who knew we were going to be terminated were obviously the two managers who brought us in the back. The other managers in the store did not know we were going to be terminated. In fact, they were blindsided by it. We were blindsided by it. Usually, if you have a time violation, you get a warning, right? Hey, you need to knock it off before you get terminated. Hey, we're going to give you a write-up. No, we were not subject to any disciplinary action. We were just simply brought in, told that we, quote unquote, stole 3 hours of time in a span of 90 days, and we were terminated before the day was over. At the end of the day, I can't be sad about it because let's be abundantly clear, I hated my job. I loved it in the beginning when I started, but over time with layoffs, policy changes, new management, new rules, I really started to hate it there. There's only one person in that store who I honestly stayed for, and she knows who she is. And she is the best person in that store, and she holds that store together. And if she ever left, that store would combust into flames because it would fall apart without her, because she is the everything that holds that store together. And with that being said, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We're not in Bikini Bottom today, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I got fired from my job yesterday.
On today's episode of why I absolutely hate working in retail, because y'all are dumb, rude, all of the above at this point. So this actually happened to me literally yesterday while I was at work sick. Oh, I was so annoyed. But yeah, so let's talk about how some customers literally go out of their way to be disrespectful and treat you like a peasant. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, I was just standing there like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So boom, I'm at work. It's a slow day. I haven't really seen too many customers in the day, which I was glad, because oh my gosh, I was feeling so bad. I was sneezing all over the place. I had a mask on. Like, it was not giving what it was supposed to give yesterday. But I only had a little 5-hour shift, so I was like, bump it, I'll stick it out. Boom. So these two girls walk in. They have bags. At my store, you can't carry your shopping bags around in the store. So I asked them, can I hold their shopping bags up front? They're like, okay, yeah, no problem. Which I have a couple story times about that too, because it's a store policy and people get mad at me all the time that I asked that, but it's like, I have no choice but to ask that. But anyway, another story for another day. Boom. So I take their bags. They're walking through the store, they're seeing what they like. I don't know. They're trying to find something specific for something. I asked them, did they need any help? But they said no. So boom, I'm just standing there, monitoring, watching, whatever, there if they need help, making sure, ain't nobody taking nothing, doing my job. So I'm standing there. So as I'm watching them, they're picking up a bunch of different things. Okay, cool. They're picking it up. And as they're picking it up, they're putting everything back in the wrong place. But the thing is, it's not like they're picking it up and then walking away to a different part of the store. No, they're picking it up and they're standing right there by the rack where it's supposed to go. All they had to do was simply put it back with the like items that it was with. All they had to do, they took it up, they looked at it, all they had to do was put it right back in the same place. It's not like they went somewhere different and forgot where they put it and just put it anywhere. Okay, cool, I can understand that. But y'all literally standing right back, right where you took it from. So why would you place it on a whole different rack? That was irritating me already. That was already irritating me. Like, every time they pick up something, they're placing it back somewhere totally different, and they're literally standing right in front of where they picked it up from. That is a pet peeve of mine. Like, I get it's our job to, you know, put things back where they go and stuff like that, but you could just at least be a decent human being. It takes 2 seconds. The same energy that you took to put it back in the wrong place, you could have simply just put it back where it was. Like, I will never understand that. I don't go in nobody's store and do that. I don't care if it's Walmart. If I pick up an orange, but I go all the way to the dairy section and I decide I don't want that orange anymore, I'm going to go walk that orange back to the fruit section. I'm not going to put it in between the crackers. Like, come on now, please. So, boom. She picks up something off the table and she wanted to try it on. So she comes and she asks me and she's like, can I try this on? And I was like, yeah. Then she decides she doesn't want to try it on anymore. So, okay, cool. She goes back to the table, unfolds. She goes back to the table because when she picked it up, it was still folded. She goes back to the table, unfolds it like she's spreading out a blanket and tosses it on the table. Like she's spreading out a damn blanket. It was already folded. All you had to do was put it back. All you had to do was put it back. All you had to do was put it back. What? Like, what's not clicking? So at that point, I'm like, oh, maybe she's doing this on purpose. Because at this point, you done misplaced like 7 items. Mind you, also, I wouldn't have minded if, okay, after she decided she didn't want to try it on, she could have simply been like, hey, do you mind putting this back? Because that is my job. You feel me? She could have just handed it to me and be like, hey, do you mind putting this back? And I would have put it back. But no, you went to the table, unfolded it, and threw it like a parachute. Okay. All right. So I go behind her and I fold it back and I make sure she sees me folding it back, because you literally could have just given it to me or kept it folded and placed it back down where it was. So then she proceeds to go to another table and do the same thing. Also, now we playing games. We're playing? Is this a game? Was I not aware? Nobody told me. Is it giving, hey maid, I see you over there in your maid outfit? Like, it's giving maid? Is that what it's giving? It's giving cleanup crew? Like, are you trying to give me something to do? Do I look bored? Am I not working enough for you? Is that what it was? So I'm just sitting here confused. And at this point, I'm mean mugging because it's fuck me. Like, at this point, I'm mean mugging. And at the same time, they're still asking me questions. So it's like, what's going on here? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I'm confused. And it really set me off. And a lot of customers do that. Like, a lot of customers do that. They really do it. And I feel like they do it on purpose. Like, oh, let me give her something to do. Like, why would you do that? It's just like common decency. So I literally, after they left, I literally had to go back behind them and put everything back in the correct place that they literally just decided to just throw. And I didn't say anything to them in the moment. I kept it cute. I kept it classy because, you know, not everything needs a reaction, and I'm learning that. Because one thing about me, I don't be giving a fuck. At this point in my retail, I've been working retail since I was 18, damn near. I'm 27. Okay, I done been in this journey for a long time. At this point, I have no patience for people, but I'm learning to regain my patience because jobs are hard to find these days. So yeah, but that really just grinded my gears, because why would you do that? What if I came to your house, went in your cabinet, took all your cups out and put them outside? That's the same thing. Like, it really just pissed me off. And then it really felt like she was doing it on purpose. Like, girl, y'all are the only two people in here. You could have literally just handed me everything that you didn't know or you was confused about, and I could have put it back for you. You was literally talking to me as you're doing this in my face. You seen me go back and fix the shirt that you unfolded and parachuted on the goddamn counter. What's up? Like, what's the problem? What's the beef? We got beef? Did I mess with your man? Like, what's going on? What happened? What's going on? But yeah, I had to just... Do that be happening to y'all? Like, do customers be trying y'all like that? Because that's... Bye, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Call y'all back later. Today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Retail Because Y'all Are Fucking Dumb. This is a story about when I worked at H&M and shoplifters came and messed up the store. Literally. And before I say this, I don't care what anybody does, you know, how you make your money or why you choose to do the things you do. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just here to, you know, work, and that's it. You know, whatever you choose to do in your spare time, that's on you. So, this particular day, it was me and two other managers. It was a full staff that day. Like, we was fully staffed because at this location, this H&M was pretty big. So we had a lot of staff all the time. So, and it was the middle of the day. So, you know, like that transition from the morning manager, then the night manager's there. And then if you have a middle manager, so everybody was there. So boom, we see these three girls walk in and they got big ass bags, literally. But you know, they could have just been doing a bunch of shopping. That ain't my business. I don't be clocking people. Like, I don't be pocket watching people or nothing like that. Like, I'm here to do my job and go home. So they walk in with, it's three girls and they all each got one big ass bag. So boom, they all go their separate ways. I'm watching because I'm just a very what the fuck is the word? Observational. I'm just very observational, goddamn it. I sit back and I observe. You know, I don't do too much talking. I may yap a lot on here, but in real life, I don't really talk like that. But yeah, so I'm just sitting back, observing, scoping out the scenery, you know, scoping the scenery out. And I see them all go separate ways. Mind you, the other manager that's in the middle of the store, he peeping too. I'm watching him peep them. I'm in the front, he's in the middle. I seen them when they came in. He seen the one girl go past him, and now he's peeping the whole scenery out. So I let him do his thing because he was one of those people like, you ain't finna steal at his store. Me personally, this is not my merchandise. I'm not finna chase nobody through the store. I'm not finna do none of that. So, but you wasn't finna steal at his store. Okay? And hey, do your thing. I ain't here to step on nobody's toes. Do your thing. If you want to be super cop for the day, you can be super cop for the day, boo. You can be anything you put your mind to. So, boom. The other two girls, I see them and they're walking with each other, but they're coming out of the men's section. They don't have the bags anymore. We later found out that they stashed the bags in between like the fixtures and shit, so like we wouldn't see the bags. But like, you think ain't nobody gonna notice y'all walking in with three big ass bags? But anyway, so the two girls, they stashed their bags. They're walking out of the men's section, coming to in my section where I'm at. I look out the corner of my eye. I see the other manager. He is talking to the third girl. He's talking to the third girl. And you know, in customer service, you're not allowed to, like, if you think somebody is stealing, you're not allowed to just go up and be like, hey, are you stealing? You're just supposed to like do regular customer service. Like, hey, how you doing? Do you need anything? And hopefully, in hopes that will deter them from stealing because, you know, they see you on their ass. So he goes and he does his thing and he's asking her, because I can hear, he's asking her like, you know, do you need any help finding anything? And she immediately gets mad. Oh, ain't nobody trying to steal out your store. Ain't nobody trying to steal out your store. You've been following me the whole time. Ain't nobody trying to steal out your store. So I feel bad for my manager because he literally was just doing his job. Like, he was just doing his job and the girl is going off on him. The girl is going off. Ain't nobody trying to steal. I don't need to steal this shit. Ain't nobody trying to steal. that's like a red indicator that you're literally stealing. If you have to do all that, you're 9 times out of 10 you're stealing. Because he ain't come up to you and he ain't come up to you and be like, oh, you stealing. Like, he literally just came up and asked you, did you need anything? You peeped him watching you the whole time because you knew you was doing shit you wasn't supposed to be doing. So what you mad at him for? So I felt so bad, and I get on the phone and I call security. But everybody knows that mall security ain't worth a damn. Mall security ain't worth a damn. They can barely do anything. So I call mall security. It takes them forever to get to the goddamn store. So he not arguing with the girl, but the girl is arguing with him. So the other 2 girls walk up to the girl that's in the middle, and she like, come on y'all, we about to go. Come on y'all, we about to go. So the one girl is looking at her like, what about the bags? Like, girl, we stashed the bags. Like, you can tell she's giving her that look like, what about the bags? Like, we not leaving here without these bags. So next thing you know, the 2 girls, they dip off again. They dip off. I'm literally watching all of this happen, but I'm waiting on the security because I'm not finna chase nobody down. This is not my stuff. So the 2 girls, they dip off to go get the bags. The one girl, my manager, he is not letting her go past him. Like, he's not, like holding on to her or anything, but he's still going back and forth with her until the security gets here. So next thing you know, I see security walk in through the men's section because the girls hid the bags in the men's section. I see security walk in through the men's section. The girls take off running. The security takes off running after them, grabs after the bags, and rips the bags. So as the girls are running, the clothes from all the other stores are literally spilling throughout the whole store. Like, they stole a lot of shit. Like, they got everybody. They got everybody. So the security rips the bags. The clothes are spilling through the whole store as the girls are running. Okay, so how our store was set up, we had 3 ways to enter and exit. The kids' exit was right by the door. Like, right by the door. You get out of there, you're home free. So, but the store was so long, it's going to take you a while to get to that kid's exit. So, boom. When the girl that's arguing with my other manager, when she sees the other 2 girls running, she takes off running. So she takes off running. She's the closest one to the kids section. So boom, they running. Next thing you know, the girls all scoop up the whole kids table. They said, we leaving here with something. They said we leaving here with something. Okay. They scoop up the whole kids table and run out the door. Clothes spilling from their arms as they run. They knock down the fixtures trying to stop the security from catching them. So they're knocking down fixtures, whole fixtures full of clothes, trying to get away with the goddamn clothes from the table in their hands. They got away, to my knowledge. To my knowledge, they got away. Because when the security came back in, they didn't come back in with nobody. So I'm guessing they got away. But yeah, that day was crazy because when I tell you the store looked a mess, we literally was picking up clothes from other people's stores, separating them so that we can go and give them back their clothes. Like, it was literally clothes all over the store. The kids area was trash. We had to pick up and refix everything off the floor. Like, then you got to do a report. You got to try to estimate how much was stolen, what items were stolen. You got to do a report with the security, everybody asking you questions. Oh, what did you see? You got to go review cameras. Like, it's just a lot. That's why I said, however you make your money, do that. But do that on your own time. Please don't do it on my shift. If you going to come be a shoplifter, let me give you my schedule so you can not come when I'm scheduled, please, because that was just a lot. We had to pick all that shit up. We had to fix everything. Like, it was just too much. And 9 times out of 10, when somebody is shoplifting, it's going to cause a scene. It's going to cause a scene. And it's just all that for what? Like, we just want to come to work, do our job, and go home. That's why I said, don't do that on my shift. You could do it on anybody else's shift, but don't do it on mine, please. Please, just let me have a peaceful day. But yeah, that was the time shoplifters came in and literally destroyed the whole store. And yeah, I was just pretty much sitting back watching for most of it, because what am I supposed to do? I'm not Superman. Y'all did not hire me to fight crime, okay? I was not hired to fight crime. That's not my job. I don't get paid for that. On today's episode of Why I Hate Working in Retail Because Y'all Are Fucking Dumb, this story, I'm like, okay, you just wanted somebody to be mad at. So I'm gonna be that person today, I guess. So this actually happened to me last week. I walk into work. It's 11 a.m. on the dot. I literally unlock my gate, push it up, and in walks somebody's grandma. If you ever worked in a mall before, then you know, like, old people be at the mall before it even opened. They be getting their steps in and getting their exercise in or whatever, but, you know, they also be shopping too if they want to. So as soon as I push the gate up, 11 a.m. on the dot, here in walks somebody's grandma. So she walks in and she's looking at the clothes, and I walk up and I'm like, hey, how may I help you? Are you looking for anything today? And she's like, oh no, I'm just browsing. So I'm like, okay, let me know if you need anything. So I go back behind the register. I'm doing what I'm doing. She's browsing at the clothes or whatever, whatnot. And mind you, my store is not for nobody grandma. Like, our clothes are hoochie coochie, like stilettos, pumps in the club. Like, our clothes are hoochie coochie. We only got heels. We got like a few sandals, like stilettos. Our clothes are for the club. Nobody's 60-year-old, 70-year-old grandma should be in here. But okay. I mean, she could have been shopping for somebody. So I'm like, okay, if you need anything, let me know, girl. So she goes over to the shoes and she's looking at the sandals. So she finds a pair of sandals that she likes and she's like, hey, do y'all have these in my size? So she tells me her size. I go check. I'm like, no, but we have the size up if you want to try that. So she's like, okay, yeah, I'll try it. She tries the shoe, fits. So then she asks me, how much is the shoe? So the sandal was like $45, but the type of sandal that it was literally worth $45. But mind you, all of our sandals were 50% off. All of them were 50% off. So the sandal was not even going to be $45. It was literally going to be $20-something. So I explained to her, you know, the original price and that it's 50% off, and this is the price that it would be with the 50% off. She immediately catches an attitude. She's like, oh no, that's too high. I'm like, okay, well, you know, it's not the original price anymore. It's 50% off. But if you would like, we could find something, a sandal like more in your price range. She's like, no, I want these. I'm like, okay, well, if you want these, then this is the price for that shoe. Oh, that's what's wrong with y'all. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all so greedy. I'm like, who is y'all? Who is y'all? I didn't say that, of course. I'm literally just standing there letting her yell. But in my head, I'm like, who is y'all? I just work here. I don't make no damn prices. I'm not the owner, and you know I'm not the owner. I don't even look like I own anything. The fuck? I come in this bitch looking raggedy every day. I don't even look like I own anything, okay? I am not the goddamn owner. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all so greedy. Why is this shoe $25? Nobody's gonna shop here. That's why don't nobody shop here. That's why don't nobody come in here. I'm like, okay, but you're in here. Are you not? Are you not in here? Okay, you came in here, so just like you come in here, other people come in here too, and they don't mind paying them prices. You the only one that got a problem. And I told you we could find a shoe more in your price range. I understand that that's the shoe that you wanted, but if that's the shoe that you want, that's the price you're going to have to pay. I'm not the boss. I can't give you no discounts. You feel me? And it's already discounted. I can't give you a discount on something that's already discounted. I offered a solution. You didn't like that. So what are you still yelling at me for? So she's still going off. Oh, this is too much. That's why nobody shop here. That's what's wrong with y'all. That's what's wrong with y'all. Who is y'all? Again, who is y'all? Like, I'm confused. Who is y'all? So then she's like, I just bought something in here last week. I just got a shoe in here last week. I was just in here last week. Okay, so you come in here often. And you literally purchased something out of here before. So that means you know the prices, correct? I'm thinking you're new. You're not new. You've been here before. So you know the prices. Anybody who's been in this store before, they know it's a little price. You're going to spend that money on if you want something out of here. And the people who come in here, they understand that. You feel me? Like, so clearly you understand that because you've been here before, correct? You literally just bought something out of here. You talking about that's why don't nobody shop here. You shop here. So what you yelling at me for? It's giving you just wanted somebody to yell at and you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So I'm still behind the register. She puts the shoe down and she comes up to the register, and at the register we have business cards. So she picks up the business card and she's like, oh, I need this just in case I want to come back. I'm confused, ma'am. Are you mad or no? Like, are you mad? Do you not want to shop here? Is it too expensive or is it not? Because I'm confused. You're confusing me at this point. But mind you, while this is going on, she's still going off. Like, she's still at the register. Oh, that's ridiculous. These prices are ridiculous. She's still just going off about the prices. But yet you bought something out of here last week. And you just took a business card so you could come back. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you again next week. So why are you yelling at me? Mind you, I came in having a good day. I came in having a good day, ready to sell something. And you over here, you over here making my day bad because you over here yelling at me like I make the prices. I just work here. I'm an innocent bystander. Why am I getting shot? You feel me? I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I came in having a good day, and customers don't understand, like, the first customer of the day low-key sets the tone for the day. If the first customer of the day will let you know if your day finna be some bullshit or if you might have a good day. You feel me? So now you just set the tone for my day, and I came in having a good day and you come in ruining my vibes. First of all, you shouldn't even be in here. You should be at Old Navy or something. Girl, go to Ross. This is not a store for old people. It's not. It's not. Like, why like you coming in here messing up my vibes just to come and shop here again? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that literally blew me. And she fussed up until the time that I told her the price, until she walked out the door. She was just fussing and yelling over the price. Like, again, what do you want me to do about that? I just work here. Like, and you're gonna come here again. That's the crazy thing about it. You're gonna come in here again. Did you yell at the last person about the price when you bought them shoes last week? So why are you yelling at me? What did I do to you? Like, it literally blew me. I literally had an attitude for the rest of the day. I had an attitude for the rest of the day because, like, girl, why would you come in here, first customer on the day, 11 o'clock on the dot, screaming and yelling at me, and you clearly have shopped in here before? Get out my face. But if I would have said, okay, then get out, I would have been wrong. You feel me? If I would have said, okay, then get out, don't shop here, I would have been wrong. You can't win for losing in retail. You really can't. And that is why I give attitude when attitude is needed. And I don't care. But this time, I was like, I'm not going to argue with nobody, grandma. Clearly, she is in a bad mood. She woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm going to let you yell. I'm going to let you yell until you get out. And that's exactly what I did. Because I didn't have it in me to argue with nobody. Like, I really didn't. Like, I don't get paid enough for this. Like, I really don't. Like, girl, just, if you're going to get the shoe, get the shoe. If not, get out. Like,
okay, so a lot of you guys were asking about, like, Claire's story times, because working at Claire's is kind of a niche experience. And I was thinking of what story time to tell you guys. I thought of one. It's the one that I literally haven't talked about or, like, looked back on because it was low-key traumatizing. I was working alone, and you might be thinking, but you are a man. Like, working alone, people fear you. Wrong. I am 5'3", and I have bright blue hair. No one fears me. No one fears me. Like, I will be and sold as small 100-pound blue hair man before I instill fear in anyone. Okay? So these two guys come in, and they're very obviously, like, not Claire's shoppers. And I'm not saying you have to look a certain way to shop at Claire's, but, like, you do though. And I can say that because I've seen our clientele, and it ranges, it varies, but not this far. So these two guys come in, and they're wearing, like, neon colors, but, like, black everything else, like black pants, black gloves, like black hats, and then, like, neon. One is wearing an orange hoodie, and the other one's wearing a neon green hoodie, and there's a dude outside with a yellow hoodie. And I was like, this is chill, like, y'all match, that's cute. And then they come in, and I'm like, you know, they're like mid to late 60s, but I'm like, they may be needing to accessorize their outfits. Maybe they're looking for accessories that match their outfits. Like maybe they're doing a little thing. I don't know. So I go up to them and I'm like, hey, are you guys looking for anything specific? And he puts his hand on my shoulder and he says the name of the store. Now, I'm not going to say it because it is still up and running and I don't want to end up on a watch list. And he's like, this store. And I was like, mm-mm. And he was like, that's where we are. And I was like, no, this is Claire's. Like, what? And he like laughs and he's like, don't be scared. And I was like, oh, I wasn't. But now I might be. Like, what do you mean don't be scared? Be scared of what? And I'm like, I'm fine. What are you guys looking for? And he's like, he was looking for hugs. And I was like, I don't sell that. And that's what I said, because I'm like, that's the only, it's like kind of when you imagine yourself in a situation where you need to say the right thing to not get in trouble and like get maybe like, I don't know, kidnapped or something scarier. That's what was going through my head. So I was like, oh, I don't sell those here. And he's like, I know you do. This is where they told us to go. And I was like, who? Who told you? He laughs in my face and he's like, you know I can't say. What is happening? So then he pulls out this little crumpled up piece of paper and gives me this crumpled up piece of paper, and it has like some random word on it that I'm assuming is like a password. And I was like, what's that? And he was like, you don't know what this means? And I was like, no. And he's like, he says the store name again, and I'm like, yeah, I think there's one in the mall like a couple towns over, but it's not here. And he shows me like a Google Maps on his phone, and he's like, this is where they said to go. These were the coordinates. And I was like, this has been at Claire's for as long as I've worked here. And he was like, recently? Did it recently change? And I was like, yeah, probably. No, we've been here since like the 70s or something. But I'm not gonna tell him that, because why would I say that and upset him further? So then he's like, so you don't have drugs? And I was like, no, I don't have drugs. And I'm trying to keep my cool, but I'm like cold sweat, you know? And he's like, okay, where do I go? Tell me where to go. And I was like, okay, it's just out here, and then go to this town, and then it's in this mall, in this entrance. And he's like, you swear? And I was like, yep. And then he leaves. Obviously, my super smart brain, before calling my security phone number, I call my manager, and I'm like, oh my god, this was so scary, I don't know what to do. And they were like asking me hugs, like blah 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 blah, and my manager is like, you idiot, like call security, what are you doing? So I was like, oh, genius idea. You what? So I call security and I'm like, hey, I just had these two guys in here, and they went out and met up with this other guy, and they were wearing these color hoodies, and they asked me hugs, they're asking for this store. And he's like, what the hell? Okay, I'll like check out the area. And I was like, okay. So then he checks it out, doesn't find anything, and he comes back and he's like, what'd you say they were wearing again? And I was like, oh, they were wearing this, but I told him to go here. He was like, all right, I'll get in touch with that security. And I was like, okay. So then fast forward, I was kind of traumatized. It was a little horrifying. But I go to that mall that I was talking about, and we come across that store, and I'm like, telling my friends the story, and I'm like, this is a front. Like, I know that. I am on the in enough to know that this is a hardcore front. So they're like, we have to go in. And I'm like, yes, we do. So we go in, and we're looking around, and there's a lot of, like, knockoff, like, Pop Mart style stuff, right? Like, you know, like blind boxes, Hello Kitty stuff, like, basic stuff, the kind you see. I mean, I don't know if it's a Northern California thing, but it's everywhere at those little pop-ups. And then in the back, there's, like, a beaded curtain with another curtain behind it, and I'm like, that's where. Like, that is where they are. I am 100% sure. Gotta post that one on my story. But I'm like, that is where they are, I'm sure of it. So we look around for a little, and then we get the hell out of there, because what? Anyway, Claire's story time. Beautiful things.
Be a store manager, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I get here at 8:30 this morning, and I'm like, great, this is gonna be a great day. It's a Saturday at Mall of America. For context, my staff this morning was a staff of 4 people. 2 to 3 of them are on registers, the other 1, and sometimes the other 2 are out on the floor recovering. Well, unfortunately for one of my associates, she got into a little accident this morning, so she wasn't able to come in, which is fine. Your safety is more important than this job. Okay, whatever. And then my third person quit out of the blue. I wasn't expecting it. Just quit. It is what it is. It's fine. I looked in the mirror and I said, this day couldn't get any worse. Boom. My card machines go down. Only cash transactions. Everybody's pissed. They go to the ATM and they take out hundreds of dollars. Everybody starts shopping with $100 bills. Great. Bill checking them, it's fine. Boom. I run out of 20s and 10s. I had 17 $100 bills back to back to back. So before you say you should have been prepared for that, I was prepared for that because we never get that many hundreds. I'm in the back, just me and one other associate. I call POS. I'm like, hey, my card machines are down. They're like, please wait for the next available representative. You're next in queue. Great, this should take like 5 minutes. Boom. Hold. 27 minutes and 32 seconds. Finally, she answers. She's like, oh, your internet's down. Easy fix. Okay, cool. Let's get this shit up and going. An hour later, finally, the card machines turn back on. I'm like, great. Everything is cool. I have no workers until 4 p.m. My only other worker with me says, can I count off? Why would you count off? Oh, I'm off at 3. I'm pretty sure the schedule says 4. No, that was yesterday. Could you stay? Could you stay? Thankfully, she said yes. Everything's good. Not moving from the register. Just person after person, doing my best not to cry. I'm like, the day is almost over. We got this. You can get through it. Why did this lady come in with her dog? And the dog shit on the motherfucking floor. Ruined pairs of pants. I'm like, hey, could you clean it up, please? She said, yeah, no problem. Okay, cool. They gave her the paper towels. Starts to clean it up. She said, that wasn't my dog who shit on the floor. Casper's got a dog? Cause baby, that shit wasn't on the floor before you and your dog was in here. Oh, it was already there. You know what? I'm not even gonna argue with you. If it's not your dog, it's not your dog. Thanks for cleaning it up. Whatever. It was definitely her dog that shit on the floor. It was literally shitting as they were walking. Then, this lady proceeds to leave the shitty paper towels all over the floor, run out the store with piles of shit still all over the floor. So then, as if this day couldn't get any worse, I call mall security. You know what they said? They said, wow, that's a really shitty situation. Oh, that pun probably would have been so funny had I not had my 13th reason 47 reasons ago. They said, oh, well, unfortunately, we have housekeeping, but not inside the tenant spaces. So we can provide you with the cleaning products to clean it up, but we can't clean it for you. I have to clean it up? What do you mean? Oh, done.
No one who talk like that. And if you hang up on a nigga, bitch, I call right back. Roll my windows up, dollar rolling windows up, biscuit ass.